So today we're going to be talking about how you can build an audience that actually cares about you and what you do. What is up, everybody? So I have been doing a lot of thinking about exactly what I want this YouTube channel to become, and the thing that keeps coming back around is that I want to help educate people just like you watching this video. I want to help educate entrepreneurs and wannabe entrepreneurs, people that are just starting out in business, to help you build a personal brand that you can leverage to generate revenue for your business moving forward, and a personal brand that will never leave you. And that's something that I have been lucky enough to build for myself, and it seems crazy to keep all of that knowledge up here and not share it with you all. So today's video is probably a little bit different from the ones I've done in the past. I'm here with the whiteboard like a typical internet marketer, right? But this is going to be totally value driven, and I am here to help you out. That's what the purpose of this channel is all about, is educating and inspiring more people to do exactly what I've done and to take their businesses to the next level. So today we're going to be talking about how you can build an audience that actually cares about you and what you do. So the first thing is, why is that important? So people automatically assume that you need this massive audience in order to generate revenue, and actually that couldn't be further from the truth. Of course, having a huge audience can benefit you, right? The more people you can leverage or sell to or put a product in front of, then you would think the more money you can make. And yes, that is true, but also if you have a small audience or a niche audience, right? If you have an audience they may be small, there may only be a couple hundred, a couple thousand, but if all of those people genuinely care about you and genuinely are interested in what you're doing and genuinely feel attached to you and you're helping them, that is so much more powerful than an audience of hundreds of thousands of people who kind of care, kind of don't, and are just there to watch your videos, right? So the number one thing when building a personal brand that you can use to generate revenue is focusing on building a brand and building an audience of people that actually care about you. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And that all starts from the first step, right? The only way you can build a personal brand, build an audience, and build an audience that genuinely care about you is really understanding who your target customer is. And that's the first thing we're going to put on the board. So it all starts with your target customer. Now, you're going to have to forgive me for my horrendous handwriting. Writing, education in general at school wasn't my strong point, so you have to forgive me for that. But it all starts with your target customer. The first thing you need to do when starting to build a brand or focusing on building a brand and aiming to build an audience of people that genuinely love you is you have to really, really understand who that person is and really understand your target customer. There are a ton of different exercises that you can do to build out the persona of that target customer. Honestly, rather than me put together my own and share it with you or tell you where to go, I would just recommend that you go to Google and type in ideal customer avatar worksheet or something like that. One or two that I really recommend is the one on the Digital Marketer website. That is really, really good. And there's a ton of others out there. So you need to understand your target customer. And when I say understand your target customer, I don't just mean they're a business owner, they have 3 employees, and they're from the US, right? That's not enough information. That's what most people do. But in order to build an audience that genuinely care about you, you have to genuinely care about your audience. So when you're building out your target customer, you have to find out, what do they care about? And the way that you can do that is through content. So you can go and find what kind of content they're engaging with, what they're responding well to, what they're sharing on their own social timelines, etc. And you can just ask them, right? This is super important, and this is a step that a lot of people forget about. So what do their audience actually care about? But anyway, this is a huge thing in itself, and I could do a hour-long video about target customer, persona creation, etc. But we're not here to do that today. We're here to build an audience and show you how to build an audience that genuinely care about you, and show some different strategies too. But I just want to point out that this is super important. You have to understand who your target customer is first. So once you understand who your target customer is, you have to start building your brand, right? If you look at my brand, YouTube is very new for me. This is a new platform for me. So if you are new here, I'm just going to get the plug in now. If you are new here, or this is your first time watching one of these videos, or you're just finding my content useful, please press that little button, subscribe to the channel. I would really, really appreciate it. But before YouTube, I built out a big audience on LinkedIn, a big Facebook group, which you'll find the link in the bio below, a podcast, loads of other things. And that audience cared about me, and that's enabled me to launch my own business and generate significant revenue off the back of that. And one of the things I really focused on was understanding what my audience care about, but then actually sharing content that helps with that, right? So too many people, they'll go on their social profiles, they'll go on Instagram, or they'll try and share something on LinkedIn, and it'll all be about push, 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 sell, sell, sell. But actually you want to provide value, value, value. So we're going to put that here. Value first. Okay, so when you're building or creating any content, one way to make your audience genuinely care about you is by providing them with value, by not selling to them 24/7. Because if you think about the last time somebody taught you something, think about how you felt about that person, right? It's probably a good feeling, right? And that's what you want. You want your audience to buy into you. So one thing to do, value first. Then the second thing that has been really useful for me in the content that I create and share with my audience, that has helped me build this really good relationship with my audience, is by being vulnerable. So vulnerable. I think that's how you spell vulnerable. If it's not, I'm sorry. But by being vulnerable. And what I mean by that is not just sharing all of the incredible stuff, all of the great stuff. It's too easy. Like if I just showed you the pictures of the invoices coming in, the pictures of me on the beach, the stories of me being able to travel whilst I work, like I would look like a bit of a show off. But also you guys see that all of the time with so many internet marketers, entrepreneurs, personalities. You see all the great stuff, but the truth is there's a lot of bad stuff behind that great stuff as well. And one thing that I've done a lot of over the last year and a half, 2 years, is sharing my vulnerabilities with my audience. So if I have something really, really bad that happens, I'll actually share that with them. Or if I mess up, I'll share that with my audience. So some examples I can think of here actually is like when I first started my business, I took on a client, I started working with them, and immediately I knew it was the wrong client to take on. And I actually had to end the relationship with them. They were meant to be working with me for another 3 months, and I said, look, we need to end it here. And I refunded them some money too. And normally, like as an entrepreneur, you don't want to share those stories with your audience because you might think, or people might think, okay, if I show everyone that I did something bad, that's not going to look great for me. But actually it has the reverse effect, because everyone goes through tough times, especially when building a business. So be vulnerable with your audience. It really, really makes a huge difference. So these are the first two ways. And then the other way that I want to talk about, so we've mentioned lead with value, share value, be vulnerable. But then the third thing is to actually engage. So a lot of people will spend time trying to build this audience, right? Sharing content, sharing videos like this, and then when people comment on those videos or comment on your social posts or ask you questions, you'll see like some people just not responding, right? And this is something that Gary Vee does a lot of. If you've seen him, he will respond to so many comments, and just responding to one person's comment can really make someone's day, right? It's crazy. So engaging with your audience, I know it seems like a clear, obvious thing to do, but this really makes a big difference too. So far we have leading with value, being vulnerable, and engaging. These are 3 keys. And I really think that if you're an entrepreneur, a business person, just a person that wants to grow a business, and you're thinking about building a personal brand or building an audience, you need to think about building an audience that actually genuinely care about you And I think these are three of the best ways you can do that. Leading with value, being vulnerable, and engaging with that audience when they engage with you. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please press the subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. I've put together a load of resources for you too as well. So check those out in the description underneath this video. There's things like a case study, recommended tools, my Facebook group. I'd love for you to check those out, and hopefully you'll be coming back to watch another video like this one soon.